I'm excited, actually. This is going to be a really good show. Hopefully sustain a nice show that people can get a lot of value from and get a lot of content and good information that can help them. And when I say help them, I mean the grassroots goalkeepers, people that we serve at the grassroots level. We're not with any club teams, college teams, pro teams. We have to build everything from the ground up. Everything is work, everything is merit. That's what makes our journey so beautiful. With that journey comes lots of challenges, lots of ideas, lots of opinions, lots of things that most other environments probably don't have to deal with, but we do. How do I get the message out to some of my parents who are learning for the first time, who are going through this maze, who are constantly being bombarded with new trends and new social media and new this, new that, the shiny object syndrome? How do I help them? This is how I'll help you. Stay tuned. How you doing? This is Coach Gabe. I'm excited to share with you in this show my upbringing in coaching, our philosophies on goalkeeping as an independent environment. I'm bringing this show to you because I'm asking my goalkeepers to communicate more effectively. So in doing so, I've taken it upon myself as leader of my academy to make sure that I demonstrate how I communicate with my students, with the people, with the broader area, with my parents, and demonstrate obvious abilities to do this in a way that helps my kids. This is for you guys, OGK, and I'm really excited to do this for you. But if this helps any other goalkeepers in the area or any other place, give us a thumbs up, and we appreciate you as well. Okay, but today I'll demonstrate, and I want to give you some ideas as to my background in goalkeeping as a player, as a youth player in the Southern California environment, my upbringing through the coaching ranks, and kind of give you some understanding and some perspective of what it is like to be an independent goalkeeper coach in an independent environment. There's a lot of challenges involved in that. I've worked with professional goalkeepers, MLS goalkeepers for 7+ years in multiple different environments where we had great fields and, figuring things out with them. I worked at the college scene, multiple universities on the women's side and, touring with them, going on places with them and having successes and failures amongst that environment. I've worked in MLS academies in multiple roles, whether it was starting an MLS academy or in the club, on the camp side. And I've seen it. I've seen all of it. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, I've seen the ugly. Now the last 6 years, I've built an independent goalkeeper academy with awesome coaches, with awesome students and families, and there's been challenges in that too. But I'll tell you what, it's been very, very great. It's been amazing at the same time. At the same time, it's been very, very, it's been a lot of work. And I think that's the real work. You could look great being with the top talent, on film. It's awesome. Could you start a goalkeeper environment with zero budget? Can you start a goalkeeper environment with no facility, no brand, just you on your own? Is that possible to do? Well, we're doing it now. And we're excited to give you our perspective, a perspective that not many people talk about. Most of the perspectives I see are a pro environment, pro technical work, pro this, pro that. But the vast majority of goalkeepers are grassroots. Students that haven't made it to that pro level, not even the MLS next level. That's the vast majority of keepers who are actually trying to do themselves a favor and get themselves to the next place. Nothing against the other areas. I've been in that environment. I've seen it. I've cultivated it. However, the people who need a lot of work are people who don't have access to a lot of good information from a grassroots perspective. And we're trying to create that for you. I'm excited. This is going to be something that gives, a lot of information to our students. I asked them, the day you become a goalkeeper is the day that you become a leader. That's the day. Whether you were tasked with doing this or you were told to do this or you are passionate about this, you were given the biggest responsibility on the soccer field, and that's to keep the balls out of the net. With that responsibility comes authority that you need to learn how to wield. You need to learn how to cultivate. And not many coaches and not many parents understand how this works. We're going to try to help you with this amongst many other topics that we see fit. This is going to be something that is going to be a gift to my students, but if you can get something out of this, then fine. We're excited to help you. My only thing that I ask you to do is if this provides you some value, share this with somebody. my hope is to change the landscape and the narrative of young people, because I've seen too many grassroots goalkeepers quit the game, which is the biggest sacrifice. It's the biggest failure that there is to these young people, and they quit for various reasons, and it's sad. And I see a lot of success as well. Okay, so we want to cultivate the success. We want to stop students from quitting. We want to keep them going, keep them active in this. When you have a young goalkeeper, you need to help cultivate them. You need to help them with their mental game. You need to help them with their tactical game and technical game. What are the environments that create that best environment for them? Who are the people that you need to be speaking to? These are the questions we're trying to answer here. So my time in the Southern California environment, I've done it all. Youth recreational, AYSO, tri-section state championships, and going through that process. Amazing process. This was before club was even so popular, right? Then playing club soccer with various club teams in the area, which was kind of a new thing and a very elite thing to do at the time. And it still is, but it's evolved, right? To playing high school soccer and even going overseas and playing with a international youth academy in South America, which was an amazing experience. Coming back home, not knowing anything about the university system, not having anybody to kind of give me any good information. There was no Instagram, YouTube, this, that, the other. It wasn't as prevalent. It was sort of a newer thing. So you're learning everything on your own. You're trying to get information as far as you can. This was huge at the time. This was me playing soccer at a junior college, which I had a really good experience doing. So there was an ascent, and I did this pretty much alone. There wasn't really any environments that were as consistent as I needed them to be, or as prevalent and important as I needed them to be. So, I did this very much alone, with some good advice here and there and some moments of really good instruction. But I did this alone, and I don't want you to have to go it alone. I want to help you. I want to help students achieve their goals, answer questions that they need answered, and I want them to do it in a way that minimizes any failure, if it can be. Okay, so having gone through these experiences, winning conference titles in college, sitting across the table from Division II national championship coaches and telling them, no, I can't go to your school because I need to go to D1 so that way I can go to pro after that. Telling coaches this is crazy. This is something that I didn't really understand. The landscape at the university level is very unique. Becoming a coach later on, finishing my degree, becoming a coach later on, and having, students that I'm with, at a very high level, whether it's Division I high school, Division I college students, MLS pro goalkeepers, MLS Cup champions, national team goalkeepers, working with various level of goalkeepers. Now, it took me 6 years, back in 2017 to start my own independent academy. And those challenges are unique as well, and they're difficult. Some people, you have to educate them about everything. You have to educate them about etiquette. You have to educate them about the culture of the environment. You have to teach them everything from the ground up. Talk about coaching. Talk about different levels of coaching. Talk about the vast majority of kids that are coming to you who are really having real needs that you need to try to fulfill, and trying to get them the message of leadership. I mean, it really takes a toll, especially with the last couple of years and all the things that have happened. It felt like we had to start the academy twice. So, this is something that I definitely want to help with, and I definitely want to get my story out too, so people can know that you're not alone in this, and that I've seen it, I've been through it, and I can definitely understand where you're coming from at the grassroots level, because I consider myself a grassroots goalkeeper, and I'm super proud of it, and so should you be. Okay, but I want to give you a real, we started goal coaching. I didn't start to do this type of online presence until we actually created evidence of our work, evidence of an actual academy, evidence of an actual product on the field. After that, we wanted to create some type of online presence, because now I believe with all that is happening in the outside world, with all this influence and whatnot, it's good. There's a lot of virtual reality narrators, but we're actual coaches on the field with actual goalkeepers who have real needs. And that's what separates us. And that's what's going to give us our edge, because we've done it all on multiple platforms and multiple levels, and we're excited about it. So, buckle up. We're going to come at you with some reality. some actuality about what things are needed, where we can shine light, what kind of coaches are the most successful ones when it comes to goalkeepers, what kind of environments are best for goalkeepers in Southern California, what type of people need to do, to be in order to cultivate a strong ethic amongst leadership. How do we cultivate communication that kids can start to have? What kind of men and women do we need to be for our younger goalkeepers to follow? These are the things that are super, super important in our environment. And I hope that this environment is important for you and yours, because these are the things that are super important for anybody to become successful in life. Goalkeeping has provided me a North Star. Whether I was doing good or doing bad, I always knew that if my goalkeeping level was low, it was I could look over there and know that I wasn't doing the right thing, and it gave me the right, put me back on track. I've stepped away from the game a few times, and I've come back every single time, and it's given me, an identity, a place where I can put my energy. It's given me resilience. It's given me a lot of different things that I can take into myself as an adult and give me more strength to overcome. That's what sports does. That's why I love sports in general. But goalkeeping is that skill set that's given me that place. I'm excited for this. Most students, they probably don't understand that's even happening right now because they're dealing with so much failure, so many youth goalkeepers. And they feel the pain, but they don't understand the bigger picture, some of them. And I want to shine light on the bigger picture, because there is a bigger picture as a youth athlete. There was no way we could have gotten through what we did the last couple of years if it wasn't for the resilience that the position has given me. I'm super proud that we're able to be resilient in these moments. But now it's time to go on the offense and get more people educated on the topics that are super important to us. One of the things I need for goalkeepers to understand is how vital communication is. And I've tasked myself with communication on a broader scale, so that way I can give more information to my goalkeepers on how to communicate with themselves and the teams that they're with. If I can do this, you goalkeepers who work with me, you can do that. This is what we're here for. I want to show you so you can do it yourself. Okay, keepers? This is half of that. The other half, I want to definitely help whoever doesn't know us, so that they can get the help they need as well and be supported as well. Why should people listen to you? Why should your teammates listen to you? Why should coaches listen to you? Why should college scholarships be given to you? Why should pro teams pay you? How do you communicate? How do you manage your narrative? How do you do the part with the technical aspects? Great. How do you do the soft things? How do you do the communication part? How do you lead a team? I want to answer these questions with you. I want to help you. Okay? It takes a lot of courage. Rule number 6, courage over chaos. There's tons of chaos in the virtual reality space. You have to have courage. You have to be able to look the camera in the face, tell people how you feel about things, and make sure that your message is clear and it's heard. This is half of that. And I want you to understand how important that is. Because if nobody can hear you, if nobody could understand you, you can't lead. Leaders have authority. Authority needs to be cultivated. Communication is part of this. We're happy to help you. And I want you to understand how important it is. So this is the example that I'm trying to give you. And for the coaches out there who are constantly having trouble, motivating a goalkeeper, maybe you have less education, or maybe you have less understanding of the role and the expectations. I challenge you to reach out to good environments and good people who understand this role at a grassroots level, at a club level, whoever you see fit, and they can help you. I just hope those people aren't as compromised because the club gives them something and that they have the courage to tell you what's necessary. In our environment, as an independent goalkeeper environment, we can't be compromised to any clubs. The only people we are compromised to are to the students that we have to provide a result to. So now, providing a result means to do the things outside of our environment and shining light and educating people on what is expected from young people and how we can minimize failures, how we can minimize a lack of support, how we can minimize goalkeepers quitting. This is important. In other countries, I hear them. They say, we went through that phase where people didn't understand the expectations of goalkeepers, but they overcame it. And I don't think we've overcome it here. I still believe that needs to be overcome. And there's not enough people in our space who are willing to speak up about it. Well, here I am, speaking up about it. Do what's best for your kids. Do what's best for your goalkeepers. They are your leaders. Provide them the authority. Give them what they need. And if you can't do it, have somebody else do it. That's fine. Let's lose our ego. Let's minimize. Let's help maximize their confidence. Let's get them to the next place. Let's get them where they need to go because they're asking for it. And for you young goalkeepers, resilience, mental resilience. Okay, there's plenty of people who have gone through the same boats as you. Okay, and you need to have that strength. Okay, there has to be a combination of understanding expectations and us having mental resilience. We got to come to that middle part. And for the parents out there, education is vital. Understanding quality environments is absolutely necessary. This is important for us. This is how we will learn. I hope that this brought you a lot of value, and I hope that this can continue, that these episodes can continue giving you that strength, that encouragement, that hope that you need in order for you to continue progressing as a goalkeeper or as a sports athlete in general. You're vital, you're crucial, you're important to the role of your team. And everybody needs to know that. Let's make this the best year and the best years to come. Goalkeepers lead the way. Coach Gabe.